I'm gonna press record again.
My cheeks are super hot. I think it's the light.
It's the light. It's
getting
pretty
a tan
hot.
from the light.
That's good. I'm going to Dubai. Then I'm going to get a tan.
It's that shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. I am performing. No, I am. I'm performing in Bath before I perform in Dubai.
Oh, that's amazing.
A while back, I can remember saying to you, do you, when you're doing poetry, do you just free flow, or do you have a form to what you're doing? So you have, and you said to me, oh, sometimes when I just need to get it, like, moving, you know, like, get fluid, I'll do a kind of, or when you just want to write something as a response to something, you'll do a free flow. But when you're actually constructing a poem, you're more formulaic about it, or you have a process about it. Can you describe, so maybe use an example or something, but could you describe what your process is? Or if I was to repeat your process, what I would do to go about creating a piece of spoken word poetry?
So it would be either the two ways, how either I'm like, I've got loads of stuff going on in my head, or I'm really excited about a certain topic, so I just do it. And those ones usually end up being my favourite, because it's just comes straight from the heart, and I'm just writing and writing, and then I edit it later.
Yeah.
When I'm actually writing it for something, or if it's like for a particular event or something like that, I'd say preparation is probably one of the most important things. Just make sure that I have all my research in front of me, and just pick out certain words. There'll be certain words in research, or and then also try and find ways that I can rhyme them or make them like fit into a nice rhythm, things like that. So
is that just a feeling thing in terms of the rhythm? Do you is it what feels like it's got a nice rhythm to you, or do you have like set rhythms that you like to repeat or
I think a lot of my rhythms, a lot of the time I've stuck to a very similar sort of rhythm, and I want to break out of it because I think it's quite a baby spoken word artist thing to do. Like, I think when you start maturing, you can just reel off all the words, and like the rhythm can be quite subtle. Yeah. I think when you're sort of like maybe more of a newer spoken word artist, and I'd probably maybe put myself in that category, you're still like trying to find the ba-dum 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 ba-dum, but people are, I don't know, I think it sort of displaces everything a bit too much. Okay. And so the more I'm doing it, the more I'm finding that actually I want to create the rhythm to be a bit more subtle. So just to actually write the poem with the rhythm in it, but when actually speaking it, I think it's
kind of like Shakespeare.
Pentameter.
I suppose not this thing, but this is what I'm relating it to, is that when I learn Shakespeare, so if say I've got a monologue to learn, I try to learn the words with the iambic pentameter. Yeah. So I'll do like and that is, and then what I do is, so I learn it in that way, and then I scrap that completely. Yeah. And then I put the intention in. Yeah. But it means that when you've learnt it, you've got that inbuilt rhythm that fits to that. Yeah. And maybe it's the same thing. It's like it's the emotional drive, it's the intention that is important throughout the piece, rather than well, in the words themselves, I suppose, rather than this underlying Yeah.
I think I prefer the subtle. Like, you have it to begin with, like this, that's the skeleton. Yeah. But as you perform it, it's more like every now and again you go, this is a nice rhythm.
Yeah, okay. And that leads nicely to my final question, which is about incorporating poetry into theatre, which is something you do at Hepzibah. And I'm interested to know whether that changes your process and how you do it, because I know you combine a lot of your words combine a lot with music, with dance, and other kind of visual spectacles that you've got going on as well. So how do you weave that into your theatre making?
How do I weave the poetry into the theatre making? I suppose, again, our process is that we do all the research of the things that we want to do. We, have some workshopping rehearsals where we play around with stuff, and then essentially it's just the same as writing a script for it. Like, okay, these are the words that we want to get in here. These are the things that we actually want to have spoken. So, we just write the script, but then we write it. We reform it, I suppose, as poetry.
Ah, okay, nice.
Yeah.
So, I know that was my final question. It was my final question. But say I wanted to write a poem right now about that teapot over there.
Yeah.
Where would I start? Where would you start?
Where would I start, or where would you start?
Oh, it's an interesting question. Or if you wanted to guide me through...
What would I say about the teapot?
Writing the poem about that teapot.
So it's all the visual stuff for me.
This
so I might not
teapot is red.
Yeah, this teapot is red.
It has a kind of matte sheen finish where it is slightly caked in grease.
You didn't tell me that before the cup of tea.
It's less than perfect.
See, there you go. You've got a poem there.
Yeah.
That could be your title. Less than perfect.
Less than perfect. But in imperfection, we find beauty.
There we go.
And uniqueness.
There we go. And mine would be, I am a teapot.
Oh, that's right. Here's my hand.
It turns out
Here's
yours
my
are poetic.
Less than perfect.
Yeah. See, there you go. You thought of it all yourself, so.
The tea is stewed. This is turning into like one of them strange performance art.
It's an installation now, isn't it?
This is now an installation. Less than perfect in stewed tea. Are
you reading your tea leaves?
I know what you've got in your future. Okay.
Tea bags.
Tea bags. They're good for your skin.
Are they?
Well, you like
What,
on
to
your
put
eyes
on
and
your
stuff,
skin?
don't you?
I thought only I did that.
I've never done it, but...
No, maybe I didn't.
So in the imperfection, these dead, stewed, cold tea bags, we replenish ourselves. I think I'm one of those poets that has to write it down first.
No, I love this. I think you should do it. You should go out and perform it. Now it really is an installation.
I bet this has stopped recording. I wish it hadn't.
Has it?
I don't know.
Oh, that's great.
So, Jane and I have both made videos today. We've just made another one on her channel. Information in the information box below. And that one's all about me. So you should really watch it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like it, subscribe it, to it, comment if it's a nice thing.
You are a wordsmith.
It turns out I'm not.
And check back here soon because we like making these videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, what I was going to say is my video, Jane's video on the other channel is all about gymnastics. Because, you know, I do lots of gymnastics, so that one's about that. And
it's good.
Slightly less of a beginner at that than I am at writing poems about teapots.
I like your teapot poem.
Okay.
Less than perfect or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I like it.
You can have it for Christmas.
Thank you.
Write a poem for Christmas. Am I making you feel awkward?
No, I'm finding it funny. It's not making me awkward. It's just making me laugh.
I feel really drunk. I haven't had anything to drink.
What did you put in that tea?
No, what did I... Less than perfect.
The teapot.
This could go on forever. I don't know how to stop this and I don't want to.
Well, we're stuck here now for the rest of our
We
lives.
seriously are. So we got to go to gym soon. I need to eat an egg before I go.
You need to eat an egg. Are you going to do anything to the egg before you eat it? Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Is it actually? No.
You put it in
Like Gaston off Beauty and the Beast.
Put it in a Bloody Mary.
Are you going to? No. Are you going to boil it?
Yeah, the idea is to poach it actually.
Okay.
You can poach an egg in, I poach it. I poach my eggs in the microwave.
How?
I boil the kettle, and then you pour some water into the bottom of the mug, and then crack your egg, so it's like into the boiling water. Put some vinegar in, because that's always good for poaching eggs, and then just put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds.
Genius.
And in a cup, an egg stays a nice shape.
Yeah, and also you don't have the whole, like, when you scooping it out of the pan, it's like really soggy and mushy.
And you've got all those bits that you can't eat. Yeah.
That is genius. That's a brilliant tip for your channel today.
Tip of the day.
Poach an egg in a cup.
In the microwave.
Ah, that was on a programme once.
Or in your teapot. No, don't do that.
Don't put teapot in the microwave. It might not be will it be microwavable? You know how like sometimes things are like can go in the oven or can be really hot but they can't go in the microwave?
Not quite perfect. But is it microwave friendly? I don't know. It was from John Lewis, so it should be quite posh. It's got a chip, because it's quite old.
Oh.
Bye! No, we're filming. Don't worry, I'll cut that bit. I definitely will cut that bit out. Anyway, I feel so weird and happy.